Right now, Cristiano Ronaldo is on course to do something no player in professional football history has ever done: score 1,000 career goals. To put that math into perspective, he has actually scored more goals after his 30th birthday than he did during his entire 20s. But to understand the sheer statistical anomaly of his career, you have to look at where he started. Born into extreme poverty in Madeira, he was a fourth child whose mother, struggling to survive, initially considered not keeping him. His home life was difficult, shadowed by an alcoholic father. By the time he reached the 6th grade, Ronaldo made a drastic choice. He dropped out of school entirely, betting his future on football. His life began at a massive deficit. To go from a kid with no safety net to a billionaire icon chasing 1,000 goals defies every known probability in sports. The first glimmer of validation came when Sporting CP brought the teenager into their youth setup for a mere £1,500. Then, at 15, he was diagnosed with a rare racing heart condition. Doctors told him to stop playing immediately, warning that stepping onto a pitch could prove fatal. Instead of walking away, he underwent high-stakes laser heart surgery. His mother remarked that without football, he'd have spent his life as a bricklayer. 2 years later, a 17-year-old Ronaldo lined up in a 2003 friendly against Manchester United. He spent 90 minutes twisting the world's most elite defenders inside out, leaving them so dizzy that Sir Alex Ferguson refused to leave the stadium without signing him. Ronaldo played that match with the intensity of someone who had already faced the end of his career before it even began. Facing a career-ending medical crisis at 15 removed his fear of elite competition, allowing a skinny teenager to humiliate a legendary defense. The player who arrived in England was known as the entertainer. He was a skinny, flashy winger obsessed with stepovers and beating defenders, but he severely lacked a final product. This caused massive friction in the dressing room. United's veteran box strikers, like Ruud van Nistelrooy, relied on early service and grew visibly frustrated when Ronaldo opted for a fourth stepover instead of a simple cross. The breaking point arrived during the 2006 World Cup. After a clash with United teammate Wayne Rooney, cameras caught Ronaldo winking at his bench. Overnight, he became public enemy #1 across England. Instead of shrinking, he weaponized the hostility. He spent the summer in the gym, bulking up his frame and ruthlessly stripping the ineffective showboating out of his game. He returned focused purely on directness and efficiency. The results were immediate. In a single season, he nearly doubled his goal tally, pushing United to a Champions League title and securing his very first Ballon d'Or. That intense national backlash was the exact catalyst he needed. It forced him to upgrade his mental and physical software, transforming him from a fragile show pony into a thick-skinned, highly efficient weapon. His world record move to Real Madrid initiated another tactical shift. Under Jose Mourinho, he operated as an inverted winger, using his terrifying pace in transition to cut inside and shoot. He began vastly overperforming his expected goals metrics. This lethal finishing culminated in a record 17 goals in a single Champions League campaign, delivering Madrid their long-awaited 10th European title. But during the 2014 World Cup, his career hit a critical crossroads. He suffered a chronic knee injury that threatened to permanently rob him of his explosive speed. This chart shows exactly how he saved his career. Notice how his dribble attempts per 90 plummet, while his shots inside the 6-yard box spike upward. Looking at this data, a metamorphosis is clear. He became a pure box poacher. He deliberately shed muscle mass to reduce knee load, completely abandoning his dribbler identity to conserve physical energy for high-efficiency, close-range finishing. This specialized form reached its peak under Zinedine Zidane. Operating almost entirely inside the penalty area, Ronaldo achieved the impossible, scoring 50 or more goals for 6 consecutive years. His true genius was never just his vertical leap or sprint speed. It was his ruthless willingness to sacrifice his ego and alter his entire playstyle to extend his time at the top. At 33 years old, he joined Juventus, entering a highly defensive, tactically rigid Italian ecosystem that was completely alien to his time in Spain. So he adapted once again. He started dropping deeper, involving himself more in the build-up play, switching the ball, and dramatically increasing his number of crosses. The club was in chaos, cycling through 3 different managers in 3 years. Yet, despite the instability, he broke the record as the fastest player to reach 50 Serie A goals. Even without a stable tactical system or his youthful pace, his underlying football intelligence allowed him to dissect the Italian league entirely on his own terms. His highly anticipated return to Manchester United quickly soured. The team's new manager, Erik ten Hag, demanded a high-pressing system that a mid-30s poacher simply could not physically fulfill. He found himself benched. Shortly after, he endured the heartbreak of Portugal's 2022 World Cup exit, marking an emotional low point in his career. Approaching 40, he made a massive pivot. He moved to the Saudi Pro League, triggering a major cultural and sporting shift in the region. The change of scenery brought an immediate resurgence. Defying age, he hit the 50-goal mark once again during the 2023-24 season for Al Nassr. By moving to Riyadh, Ronaldo adapted his environment once his body could no longer meet the tactical pressing demands of European football, thus ensuring his scoring output continued entirely uninterrupted. For 2 decades, he operated like a piece of clay, continually molding his physical shape and playing style to survive tactical shifts and physical backsets. This billionaire global icon is still built on the foundation of that 6th-grade dropout from Madeira. Every reinvention was powered by discipline and an absolute refusal to yield. While fans dream of seeing him at the 2026 World Cup, his legacy as the ultimate competitor is already bulletproof, regardless of any future trophies. The looming record of 1,000 goals is the visible result of a 20-year refusal to yield to age or injury. It represents a rare ability to shed an old identity to survive a new era. Tell us in the comments, which version of Ronaldo's evolution captures that drive for you?